Jim VanKirk's reputation precedes him. I heard about Jim years before ever having the opportunity to meet with him. Jim is such a kind, caring, and compassionate individual, and patient care is at the forefront of everything that he does. He cares for patients, he cares for staff, and is truly a unique, compassionate, and caring individual.
I don't think he always is fully aware of how he can just pull different elements together, and he does it in such a patient-centered way, but he pulls the science in, and that is a gift. His expertise is just a wonderful gift that we all get to experience, so I'm so grateful for that.
He is on call for hospice all the time. His pager is always on, even when he's taking his little new airplane up in the air.
As a professional social worker and someone who's worked with seniors, my personal opinion as I watch Jim talk is, wow, I'm really glad to have him in my Rolodex, because I will not hesitate to call him, because he's made it known that he's open to that.
It's one thing to provide care, it's another thing to care for. Those are two very different concepts. And it didn't take me long to recognize that he was the embodiment of both of those.
Donald was feeling tension, or maybe a little anxiety, and the minute Jim would come through the door of our house, everything would calm down. There would be such peace, and I would know that Donald felt safe with Jim. And they talked about many things that Donald never talked to anyone before, and Jim just opened his heart and his mind and his arms to Donald and embraced him and gave him what he needed to celebrate a wonderful life to the very last minute he was alive.
I'm going to go flying with Dr. VanKirk at the Old Town Airport in one of those little glider things. And it was funny because last summer he was talking about going in it, and I said, oh, I would love to do that. And he said, you would? And I said, yeah, I think so. So tonight at 6 o'clock, I'm meeting him at the airport, and we're going to go flying. And all my family and friends are going to be out when we go by and wave at them to take our picture. So it's going to be fun.
Just last night, I had an opportunity to hear from Jim at 9 p.m. He was apologizing all over the place, which is usually the case, but he had noticed that something was undone for a patient, and he just wanted to make sure that the patient was taken care of.
And what really struck me, I think more than anything about Jim, was how much he cared for the caregivers. The family caregivers, the clinicians, the home health aides, the nurses, the volunteers. And he and his wife, Trish, are so incredibly generous with our programs of their time, their talent. They're generous. They're making sure that we're caring for our volunteers in the way they should be cared for.
I think that what Jim really represented to me was the difference between empathy and compassion. All of us can feel empathetic to a patient when we see something sad, a story that's sad. But compassion is just a step up, because compassion means that you do something about it. And Jim always did something about it.
Dr. VanKirk, Jim, Tricia, his entire family were a gift to Donald and myself and to our family. They brought us joy and comfort and peace at a time when we desperately needed that. He brought us love, and he brought us life. That was the most important thing. He brought us life to the very last minute of Donald's life, and he will always be a part of my life.
Jim, we all love you. It's just been an honor for me to work with you on the board and deal with some of the challenging issues that we've been facing over many, many, many years. And I just want you to know everyone should be so fortunate to encounter someone who's as caring an individual as you are.
Jim is a prince. He is a prince of a person, a prince of a leader, mentor, and physician, and a good friend.